Hi, my name is Katie Worth, and the business I want to talk about today is called Extreme Images LLC. It's a sign and graphics company, and it's also my family's business. I've worked here alongside them since I was in high school, actually, and we offer design, fabrication, installation, and service of any indoor and outdoor signs and graphics. We have a team of administrators, estimators, scheduling and permitting technicians, a team of graphic designers in our what we call our art department, and as well as a production team and an install team with 2 installers on each. So a little bit about this business is my mom is the owner, and if there's one thing to know, it's that she does the next right thing, whether that be in regards to customers or staff or just the day-to-day operations. She's not only considering what is right, but what is also best for the employees and customers, even when it's not easy or what she necessarily wants to do. A few examples that come to mind are how whenever there's an issue with an employee, she handles it immediately. She doesn't put it off. She handles it effectively and kindly and in a timely manner and deals with it when it needs to be done. She doesn't just put anything off. And she's the same way with any kind of maintenance, whether it be the building or the vehicles or anything that needs to be taken care of. She's on it. She expects honesty and perseverance with every employee, with their work, and also with how they interact with the customers. She has an office manager that supports her and the business even when she isn't there. She's kind of overseeing the employees and the customers when, my mom's not there, when she's out of the office. She's doing it. So at the shop, we start the day with a morning devotion, and as well as a meeting to discuss the status of each job that we're currently working on. This is because my mom says that the success of this business is solely dependent on the Lord and Him being with us throughout every workday. During the workday, each staff member takes a 1-hour lunch. They take a break. They get out at any time. As well as, every now and then taking just a lap around the building. We actually have 2 office dogs. Our office manager brings her dog, and my mom brings our dog, and anybody will just grab one of the dogs and take them for a walk around the building. But we try to do that. We try to get away from our desk, away from the computer every now and then, and just take what we call a lap. And we do around the building. Sometimes we go by ourselves. Sometimes we take a coworker with us, but we do that. Our guys, who are the sign installers, they work in pairs, and they go out to various job sites during the day to complete whatever the scheduled installs are for that day. Meanwhile, at the shop, we have quotes being sent out as new jobs are coming in, scheduling installations for jobs as they move to that step, permits being submitted for signs, and proofs being sent out by our graphic design team to the customers. The process is simple, and it works well for us and for the customers. It really is set up in a way to benefit both of us. And what it is when a new job comes in, we take in all of the info. This usually requires a complimentary site survey that we go out and do for the customer to get pictures and measurements of the sign needed and where it's going. We use this information for quoting because the price is based on the size. All the design elements and everything is included. We just base off square footage. So we get that for the quote, and as well as for permitting, and for our artists to use these photos to show the proof on when they send it out, so that the customer can see exactly what the sign's going to look like and exactly where it's going from those pictures that we took. Then our estimators send them a quote above the sign, and we do require a 50% deposit on that quote. This moves it into the art department, and it's put on the schedule for an install if an install is required for the sign. Sometimes we have sign panels or something that the customer will just pick up and install themselves, but most of them we're installing. So that 50% deposit is able to get you on the install schedule, and as well as moving it into the art department. Our graphic designers communicate with the customers, making any necessary changes to the proof. They send them a few options of what they told us they wanted, and then we go from there, communicating with the customer. What we do is we reproof as many times as the customer wants us to. We keep changing it and keep reproofing until it's perfect, and we don't put it into production until they approve it. Our graphic designers are constantly, going back and forth with the customer, saying, they're like, oh, I like this option, but with this font on option 3, and, we just make the necessary changes and send it, and then once it's approved, we put it into production. In production, that's where it's prepared for the scheduled install date. One issue that has came up with this is maybe they have it in the art department, their install date is scheduled, and by the time that date comes around, they're still going back and forth with art. When this happens, we just move up the install date. We usually schedule about 3 to 4 months out with install, so it's nothing to just move their install date, push it a little bit back if they're still needing to have some time to finalize it. We have 3 ladies up front. One is our receptionist, and then we also have one of our estimators and a scheduler that's up front with her. These positions being in the front office are helpful to our receptionist because it ensures when somebody comes in and they're looking for price info, or they're curious as when their job could be scheduled, both of them are up there and can just look up real quick what they need to tell the customer. So it really helps out our receptionist, and they kind of work together as backup receptionists when she's with a customer and 2 more come in, and so that's why we have that set up. And this whenever any one of them is out, either for the day or just for a moment, one of us from the back of the office will come up front to just make sure nobody's ever up there by themselves. We take off days to attend each other's weddings, each other's showers, a funeral if necessary. We really try to be there for each other and celebrate things together. We often make morning coffee runs for the office, and we always can find a reason to have a potluck style lunch or breakfast at the shop. We have an annual company picnic and Christmas party, which are my favorite events. And my mom is often donating signage to local events and organizations, something like the Trunk or Treat. We usually sponsor them and do their signage. And she encourages us, the staff, to participate in any kind of networking events, as she is also a part of the Rotary and the Chamber of Commerce. So that is just a little bit about the business and how it runs. Like I said, every day is about perseverance and honesty and integrity and how we treat our customers, and just doing the next right thing, whether it's in the office or out on a job, and just doing the next right thing, whether it's what we want to do or not. And she really, my mom really pushes that on all of us, and she expects us to be that way because it's how she runs the business. And yeah, so that is just a little bit about it and what it is and how we do things and how things go there. And it is a really great place to work, and I think that that all businesses should, strive to do good business and to be honest business owners. And I just know that she is, and I can see that in the way she runs it, and working alongside her for these years. And it's a privilege to work under her and to see her leadership every day. And so yeah, that is just Extreme Images and who we are. Thank you.